So what up, though? Dwan and we are back with another episode, Speak for Yourself. Of course, we have Saginaw's swollenness, the one and only Ken Elkins.
What's happening?
And Miss Regina Ward from Hired Muscle. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. So Regina, one of the things that we like to do to start off is we invite our guests to introduce themselves. So how would you like our viewers to know you?
To know me personally? Okay. Well, my name is Regina Ward. I am the co-owner and COO of Hired Muscle, LLC. So what Hired Muscle is a logistics company, transportation. We can pretty much do everything, move something from one place to another, move something from one country to another. Yeah, that's what we do. We are located in Metro Detroit, right in downtown. And as far as me, I don't even know how I got here because I'm a yoga teacher and a mindfulness teacher. No, I still, you ask me and I'm like, I don't know how, but I like to, my thing is just helping people. So whatever that is, if it's moving, if it's health and fitness, whatever that is, I just want to help people. Community and togetherness is that's me.
I just learned something new about you. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
So what's happening at Hired Muscle right now? I mean, we know that the plight of the entrepreneur, specifically the black entrepreneur, can be challenging and have its own challenges.
Oh, well, yeah.
But we also know that COVID threw a whole nother set of challenges at the entrepreneurs. So now that we're a few years beyond COVID and the direct impact, what's happening in the world of black entrepreneurs and Hired Muscle at the moment?
So same thing, what's happening in the world of black entrepreneurs for me, I would say, don't do it. No, I'm just kidding. No. That's a joke. No, do it. It's just, it's not what it looks like. It's not, I mean, it's good. If you stick with it and you do it, it can be rewarding, but it is super challenging. Things like finding a crew, finding contracts, and then when you're an entrepreneur, you have to kind of work in the business, and when I'm trying to work on the business, but it's somebody always calling, like answering the phone or doing payroll, or so I'm like payroll, I'm human resources, I'm all of that. I think, but the main thing for black entrepreneurs is to just we need to know what we're worth and what we are not going to settle for. I think about that a lot. We've been doing this for about 7 years now. Even before, when I was doing yoga and charging for yoga, it's like I know what I'm doing. We know what we're doing, and if that's something that you don't want to pay for, that's okay. Like, we're not going to force you to have some money that you don't have, but we just want to make sure that people know that we are worth what we do. And we need to feel that, especially as black entrepreneurs. We have to feel that we are worth it. We can't take a job for cheaper just because it's some money. Because when you take those jobs, you're gonna make yourself tired, and you're not gonna be able to do those bigger jobs that are worth something. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing, is that believing in yourself.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, I used to find that kind of problem myself. I remember when I was really new in the business. I have a construction background. Mm-hmm. There was oftentimes I would take jobs at a cost that I really couldn't afford to take the job at, just trying to get the job. And I think early on, I was wanting to prove myself and whatnot. But being convinced yourself first that you're worth it, and to charge what it costs. Right? I got to a point where I would tell people, if I'm going to work for free or that cheap, I'll just work on my own house. I got some projects I need to get done at home. So no, I think that's really, great advice.
Yeah.
To know your worth.
Yeah, and I think back when I first started doing yoga, even when we first started doing this, I mean, you do have to practice, like you said. If I'm gonna get paid for it, I do it at my own house. But I remember I didn't have a car. I was taking the bus all the way out to Dearborn. I was just taking the bus. I wanted to practice, even though it wasn't worth, my time as far as money. But there is a such thing as practicing and just making sure. So you may have to take something, but you got to know. You know what I'm saying? That person needs to also know that you do a good job and you are worth much more than that. So,
hey, Dwan, I just got a call in on my my headsets.
Your headset?
Her partner is here, so we want to bring her.
The other part of hired muscle.
The other half.
Welcome in.
The muscle of hired muscle.
Muscle of hired muscle. Because you see, I ain't got none right here.
We definitely wanted to kick Women's History Month off with, the brains.
Right, the brains.
The brains of the
Now we bring the brawn in.
No.
That's right.
Welcome, brother. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Hey, how you doing?
Don't have a seat right here, my man. All right. I don't like him sitting by me because that makes me look less swole. I've been working hard on this for 2 years,
David, Ken,
and now you just took it away from
you
me.
was coming on. He been doing push-ups all day. He been doing push-ups all day today.
Look,
Trying to
I'm
get
sitting
himself
next to him
ready.
like these.
Right? Look, he been looking. We got some BLD shirts over there. He been looking for the smallest he can find and everything.
Y'all don't understand. Let me tell y'all how this is supposed to go. And this is proper bar etiquette for everybody who doesn't understand. Now, if I'm on the right side of the bar,
okay,
he has to go to the left side of the bar because he can't steal my shine. You understand? You need to be over here, and I'll be over there. You know what I mean? You can't take away from my shine. But that's what this guy does.
That's what he does. Yeah.
And you light skinned, so we don't even let you in. He can probably sing. You can sing.
No.
He sang, though. He do. I knew it.
That's when he used to have a little curly hair at the top.
The box thing with all the lines. I already know.
Now we know why y'all won't share the roids with me because I'm light skinned. I don't understand. I was wondering why. I'm like, I thought people passed them around quite freely, keeping all the muscles to themselves. No. Thanks for joining us. Regina was just sharing, some of the challenges and some of the things advice that she would have for some of the black entrepreneurs out there. Talking about, we know that it's a struggle for entrepreneurs, period, but we always have that fight within a fight, right? Yeah. And then, we talked a little bit about some of COVID that introduced, some more wild cards in the hand. You know what I mean? But you all have survived COVID, right? Yeah. And you're still here, still standing, obviously still strong, right? So what's happening in the world of hired muscle, and do you have any advice for the entrepreneurs that are finding themselves still fighting some of those fights that feel like, it's on the incline or decline at times?
Finish the story. Finish the story. Don't quit. Finish the book, right? Because you don't know what's going to happen on the next page. Yeah. You just don't. Let me tell you guys about me 8 years ago. 8 years ago, when I was a kid, just in college, we did after-hour parties, right? Okay. Just for a little extra money, right? And one day we get in trouble, for our parties, and we're not taking it serious. We're like, because we weren't really doing anything. You know what I mean? Just, hanging out, partying, drinking late, nothing serious. And I had no idea. You can get in trouble two ways. You can get in trouble by being a bad guy, or you can get in trouble for being dumb. The latter. I got in trouble for being dumb. They hit me with keeping a house of prostitution, and there was no prostitution. We just kids hanging out. But the prosecutor told me, we did all this investigating on you. Somebody's going to take something. So after fighting it for years and years and years, ran out of money, I ended up as a 4-year college grad, because I had just finished my undergrad that year, with a felony. Right? Work experience, management experience, leadership experience, and now I'm out here with a felony.
Did you actually go to jail?
No, I didn't go to jail. But people were like, well, you didn't go to jail, but the punishment was poverty.
Yeah.
Poverty was the sentence.
Yeah.
So
the thing that you're trying to escape by doing what we're told to do and go and get your education.
Yeah. Right. So here I am in the state of Michigan at the time, you had to be 7 years after your probation and restitution is paid. So I pay the restitution, I do the years of probation, and now 7 years with no income coming in. So what does that mean? That means, and at the time I had 2 children. That means child support is coming, right? And every time I see these people, we're gonna put you in jail. I was like, okay, I'm on it. I can't find gainful employment anywhere, right? Even as a certified project manager, even someone with a bachelor's degree, I can't find gainful employment anywhere, right? So every time I see the probation officer, I'm gonna put you in jail. Every time I see the court, I'm gonna put you in jail, right? It don't matter where I go.
They gonna talk about putting you in jail.
They talking about putting you in jail.
Yeah.
There was no resolution. There was no program for me. I'll go to these programs. They'll be like, this is how you write a resume. This is how you tie a tie. And I'm just like, listen, I'm not that person, right? So that's where I was, right? I have these children, but you have to keep pushing. You have to keep going, right? You can't. So Hired Muscle was born out of necessity, right? I remember finally breaking through and getting this great job at Chrysler, right, as a senior project manager, right? Because I had the credentials, I passed the test, I had the skills, and out of 300-some candidates, I got hired. And they said, well, we're going to have to change our minds. And I said, no, you guys can't do that because I told you.
Because of the felony?
Yep, I told y'all off rip. They said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. I cut my teeth in the call center. Pull the tape. They pulled the tape. Okay, you did tell the truth. So they let me work 90 days. I was at the top of all the KPI metrics, and they eliminated the job. It was that day. They said, we can't fire you. We're going to eliminate the job.
Eliminate the job, yeah.
Right? And I'm at the top of the performance board.
Yeah.
So that day I said, I'm never going back. My foolish pride, I said, I'm never going back. Right? So at this point, I have 2 children in high school and a 2-year-old. Right? Don't ask me about that. I'm still in therapy.
Right.
I got 2 children in high school and a 2-year-old. I'm still in therapy about it. Chill out. Don't ask me. So
I was going to leave it alone.
There's some of y'all out there in therapy about it too. I ain't the only one.
You're definitely not the only one.
Don't judge me. So, I saw it in your mind. Don't judge me. Anyway, so all of these things are going on, and I get an opportunity. A local doctor in the neighborhood, he buys this storage building, and he says, "Hey, I know you're doing personal training at the time, right? But I bought this huge storage building, and I'm having problems with my people. I know you got a business background. We go forward, right? I get the place up and running. I put a digital footprint in the place because, nothing was digitized, no website. So we get the thing going. And eventually, business is coming in so well, eventually there's an overflow. More things than my staff and my budget can handle at this place. So I know a super sharp young lady who is extremely kind. I feel like I can teach anyone this business, but you can't teach kindness. You can't teach character. You can't teach work ethic. In comes Regina. Regina made us legit, brought class to the organization. I had some experience, I had some education, but at the end of the day, I'm still a little Linwood and Davison. I'm sorry. So y'all got to forgive me.
We don't forgiveness. We don't need to forgive you. We understand.
Y'all understand. You know what I mean? So especially when it comes to customer service issues, and everybody loves Regina. everybody loves Regina. Hire Muscle Detroit. Hire Muscle Moving, Labor, and Logistics in Detroit. Look at the comments, look at the reviews. There's so much talk about kindness. There's so much talk about customer service. There's so much talk about great people. They're talking about her.
Not all the time.
So that's how we came to be.
Okay.
So those 8 years ago, I am off of Mac and Van Dyke, no car, little baby, 2 babies in high school. I own my home, thank God. But it was just felony, unemployed, unemployable. Look at us today.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me all this, Damon? Finish the story.
Yeah.
Finish your journey. Don't quit. You don't know what's on the next page. And that's the story of Hire Muscle. Hire Muscle was started, out of necessity and me being stupid. So,
Well, he couldn't be too stupid because you hired Regina.
Right.
absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
Right.
Surround yourself with people
Right.
smarter
That's
than
one
you.
smart
man.
thing he did.
There you go.
Like one smart thing he did was hire me.
Smart
That's
man.
the one smart thing he did.
There it is.
Was hire me. You know what
There
I mean?
it is.
Like he was like you. He from Brightmoor.
Okay,
So
okay.
he had all that, right? But then he was like, you know what? Let me hire Ken.
Mm-hmm.
A more civilized.
Truth is, Ken was the only person willing to work during the pandemic. Everybody else was like, we getting these checks. We getting these stimulus checks, so we straight. Ken was the only person who was like, man, I'll still work. I was like, well, I guess.
Well, Hire Muscle just bought me a nice car, so since you from Brightmoor, I'll make sure I like it.
I'm not even gonna set trip on wax. I'll wait till the cameras go off.
So talk about some of the challenges. Because you said finish the story, right? And I'm sure, especially in your industry, you face many challenges from maintaining a staff, right, to other challenges. So just talk about some of the challenges you faced and how you guys have overcome those challenges.
It is the challenges have been exceptional, right? The biggest part when we launch is teaching people how to have a job. You have to teach people how to have a job. And that's a lot of times, that's the biggest challenge when we launch, right? So we have a lot of young guys, right? The work is hard, late nights, early mornings. And we embrace the community. Out of our 10, 12 employees, we're from the 48214, right? All of our guys live in our zip code.
Okay.
Nice.
Our entire team.
Nice.
Right? I walk out the door.
Not a lot of people that can say that.
I walk out the door, I go a block to the right, I go to the basketball court, and I say, you late, let's go. Right? And that's our day to day. And when we talk about the challenges of starting, is managing these young people, right? Showing them how to have a job, showing them how to, if you're tired at work and you're having a long day, okay, there's a problem. But I encourage them to seize the opportunity. Inside of every problem is an opportunity. You are in the house or in the presence of someone who is wealthy or someone who's doing very well in life, right? Most of our customers, right, have figured out life and they're doing well. Have you said hello? Have you looked around, right? When they're casually talking to you and being kind, when they're interacting with you, do you ask them how did they get here? Did you compliment them on what they've accomplished, right? Have you made those connections, right? And oftentimes they have. We often lose our staff to a larger business. We lost some of our main guys to the Aloft Hotel downtown.
Moving? Somebody y'all was moving?
No, we built a relationship with the manager there, Dave. Okay. So, he plucked a couple of our guys. It was like, hey, I need some good guys around here, right? But, these are the challenges you come up with, right? You teach people how to have a job. You coach them on how to get through it. And a lot of times they come to find that, it's worth it. Yeah. It's worth it. Get through the day, young man. Do the work. Focus. Seize the moment. Seize the day. Seize the opportunity.
So, Regina,
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Yeah.
As I hear Damon talking about some of the challenges, it feels like this industry is probably male dominant on the out in the field side. Are there any? What's it like for you to be in an industry that is so kind of male dominant, right? So we talked about us as black folk and entrepreneurs having the fight within the fight, right? It feels like at times women can have, especially black women, can have a fight within the fight that's in the fight, if that makes sense, right? So what is it like? Has it been like for you?
Woo! Yeah, it's been a fight within a fight within a fight, like a son of a gun. I'm sorry, I'm about to say another word, but no. I think that the main thing I come across, or that we come across, is actually being a real business. Like I tell Dave, I'll be like, maybe we should do a commercial, or they say like Pinocchio, we're a real business, or something like that, because I don't know, people, I don't know. It's like the way they look at us. They try to, cut deals and can you do it for this? And we're like, no, this is a real business. We have insurance. We got trucks with our name on it. This is for real. So when you don't pay us until we come back and put together your furniture, even though we finish the whole job, I have to pay these guys. They gotta eat. They gotta go home and feed their families. So it's challenging having people look at us or look at me as I don't know, an entrepreneur. I don't want to say that word, but like an entrepreneur or mover. Yeah, it's like no, we don't get our cousins you can't just do it for $400. No, I'm not. This is not we not about to go get my cousins in a blank truck. We ain't steal the truck.
Do you guys have insurance? Do you guys have your own trucks? Do you?
Yeah.
Can I? Are you going to be with them? Are you going to watch them?
Just and then people just. I don't know, trying to get away with stuff. Like one time they said we were in Ann Arbor, and they told Damon that the guys were smoking or something on the side track, and he was like, "You picked the wrong crew to lie on." One of our guys is in the military. Two of them, our Damon's nephew's been moving with him since they was 11 years old.
So if I'd have sent some new guys out there and you said that, maybe I would have thought that.
But we wouldn't even. We wouldn't even have nothing like that. We wouldn't even have the smoking like that. It wouldn't even been like that. But I think just people looking at us.
So I have a question that's kind of like off my list of questions. But so again, I have a construction background. I remember getting a couple calls throughout my career. Me and my guys would be in the house doing some work, and we'd get that call that said, "Hey, did one of your guys pick up a sawzall by mistake? Right? My electrician's sawzall is missing, and you guys were the only other people working in the house, right? Of course, my crew being black, right? Getting that call and no, we all know what tools are ours, and we left with our tools, right? We do have a sawzall, but it's our sawzall, Right. Do you ever get, or have you gotten that call in your career, Damon, hey, such and such is missing, and then they call you back oh, we found it, you know what I mean? Have that happened?
Yeah, it's interesting because ironically, that same customer who suggested that we may have done something wrong or that some jewelry was missing, a couple of days later, because she was older, the guys found an envelope full of cash. And they gave it back to her.
Yep.
They gave it back to her. These are 18, 19, 20-year-old men. And they gave it back to her. And once the job was done, because it was a big job, she said, "I think y'all put an extra half an hour on my invoice. Could y'all adjust it?"
Ooh! I just knew you was about to hit Ken. I just knew he was about to hit us with she gave a generous tip.
Right. Thank you.
Oh,
out of the envelope, She was like, no, I think y'all put a half an hour on there, so I'm going to need you to run that back.
I don't think that they understand what it is that these guys are doing. They don't understand what we do, and they don't understand what it means to be an entrepreneur and have your own business. Like, it's not, when they ask about the price, it's not just sending 4 guys out. Yeah. We got bills. Yes. We have stuff that we have to do. We have to pay for maintenance on the truck. We got to pay, sometimes we don't even pay ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
And if they call one of the other companies, they're not going to lead with all those assumptions.
No.
Right?
No, they're
it's
not.
like,
We get
what
that
that price is.
No,
exactly.
they're not even going to
Whatever
try.
that price is, that's the price, and that's it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
We tend to do that to each other a lot, like, oh, my man, you can hook me up. Like, no, I can't.
And that's kind of the,
I got to feed my family.
Yeah, that's kind of that's kind of the disappointing part for me, is that it is oftentimes us.
Yeah.
Can I get a, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I got so mad the other day. I was like, we ain't doing no more discounts. No, we will.
So this week's episode of Speak for Yourself was brought to you by The Slush Queen. The Slush Queen offers a mobile bar specializing in popular slush flavors, along with their special cocktails, perfect for an event or special occasion. They cater both kid and adult celebrations. You can follow them on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook at the Slush Queen. To book or inquire about their services, go to theslushqueen.com. If you love slushes and would like to indulge, visit the store at 16038 West McNichols. That is 16038 West McNichols. Thanks to the Slush Queen for supporting us at BLD.
Like we do stuff for the community. Damon just won an award recently, and just like we'll do stuff for the community. But I'm talking about the people who, if you could pay for it, come on now.
Yeah, let us pick and choose.
We have to do that.
Charity
Yeah,
looks like.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I would get a customer that would supposedly own a bunch of property, and would be like, hey, well, give me a discount. I'm gonna keep you working because I got these 5 or 6 jobs afterwards. And I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna give you a discount on the 7th job. You know what I mean? Like, if what you say is true and we deliver and you like us, 7th job, you get a discount. You know what I mean? But because what would happen is inevitably they'd work you and go on to somebody else and try to work them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
It is rough. But I really appreciate the keep going, because you don't know what's on the other page, on the next page. I really, really like that.
Listen, and if I can just steer us to the left just a little bit. Now, you talked about charity. I got a call from a good friend of mine, Miss Norfleet. She's a longtime social worker, state person, and she's involved in the high school and Pathways to Potential. They're in a lot of DPS schools, kind of playing a social working role. Now, she gave me a call shortly after the first time I met with you all, right? Mm-hmm. And she said, Damon, we have displaced children who don't really have a home. And we're trying to give them a proper prom send-off, right? Now, what Miss Norfleet didn't know about me, and what you guys may not know, is that, I was separated from my mother at a very young age. One of those kids that was raised by grandma. Y'all know how that go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, it was rough. My entire high school experience, I had to figure things out and pay for everything, right? Outside of the Fox, holding doors open, literally 30 hours a week from 10th grade through graduation, just to do the basic things that I needed to do that a kid wants to participate in. So when she reached out to me, she said, Damon, if you could provide snacks for these children, that'd be greatly appreciated. I said, you know what? I just got a blessing and I can do better. So that year we fitted 10, 11 kids for suits.
First year was 5, and then
right.
Year.
Oh, you're right. 5 the first year, then 11 last year, and we're gonna go forward. Right. We're doing it again this year. Yeah. And I didn't want to do the hand-me-down suits because my thing with the young men, I was like, I want you to have a tailored suit so that you can go forward in your life. You know what I mean? Your first interview, right? You might have a date. You know what I mean? You might, maybe she want to invite you to a wedding. I don't want you to be out here having to ask to be in a professional environment to, not be prepared.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we're going to get you a suit that fits you and that's only been for you. Right? So we did that 2 years in a row. How did we do that? How did this dream start? How did the vision start? It started from you, and it started from you. And it started from everybody at Black Leaders Detroit. You guys blessed us with a no-interest loan. And she just happened to call a few days after. And when she talked about snacks and things, I said, we can do better. Yeah. Because we've been blessed. We took that no-interest loan. We were able to buy additional equipment and get some more insurance. As a result of that, we made more money. And that's how things go forward. And that's what charity looks like.
Wonderful.
That's what charity looks like. So I wanted to thank you both. Thank you both.
Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate what you did for those young men.
Yeah.
I've been a part of different programs where young men have been fitted with suits, and it's amazing when you see that happen.
Oh.
Like you don't even think about it until you see it, and you like, wow. When you see their face, like you said, of a young man getting his first suit on.
They did. Most of them had never had anything new.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let alone a suit.
Yeah.
A sharp suit.
A sharp suit.
They teach them how to tie a tie and all that stuff. And like you're saying now, just the mindset that you put them in to go forward.
You know what this feels like.
Yep.
You know what this feels like.
Yeah.
Yep. Great job with that.
And it was just dope, man, because oftentimes when, we do well, these young men never see us again because we leave the neighborhood right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was just great to be in that environment for me to be able to share, programs like this with them and, how we're going to move forward. So sorry about that, brother.
No, that's good. That's good. No, definitely. Anytime. You got any more questions, Ken?
I do not, actually. I don't. We got one of our segments, Want to do one of our...
Oh, yeah. So either of you a Game of Thrones fan? No? That's all right. No worries.
I'm a Game of Thrones guy.
Okay.
You're a Game of Thrones guy? So we have 3 options on the segment. We have...
And he's seen the other one, too. Every Night I Got Prove My Love. I know
he's seen. They both probably seen that. So we have either angry black man or angry black woman, and what that is basically is, the way we try to flip it on its head, the way that being angry has been weaponized against us. It's almost as if we should be shameful of being angry at times. So we say that we reserve the right to be angry. We are angry. We have things to be angry about. But we're also like happy, right? And we're also like hopeful and a bunch of other things, but we're not going to let anybody shame us to the point where we're like policing ourselves all the time, like I'm never going to be angry or never present as angry. No, like I'm often angry, almost always angry, right? But I don't let that control me. So it's sharing something that makes you angry, or we have, I got to fight every night just to prove my love, from the 5 Heartbeats, right? And that's just something that you find yourself consistently having to fight. Y'all almost probably shared that part already. You know what I mean? Fighting to prove that, like, we are a legit business that is worth what we charge and some. Or we have, nothing Jon Snow. And that can be that can be either something that you learned, right? Like something that you did wrong and you had to actually grow and learn yourself, or it can be something that annoys you, a space that people step into extremely confidently, but they don't be knowing what the hell they're talking about, and it really irks you. So it's a nothing Jon Snow. So feel free to choose from one of those segments.
You both can take one if you like.
That's it.
You go first.
Well, thank you for throwing me on the spot.
There's no problem. No.
So I'll go with the nothing Jon Snow. And I think I saw something that was dope. Yours and mine's, favorite asshole, Dame Dash, right? So,
oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man.
So he often calls out people, he often calls out supervisors for this disparaging small business and small business people and trying to talk to them as if they're a boss.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And
Crazy.
some people go over the top. You know, we've gone into places where, again, we have to remind people, I can't just do all of these things. You can't just amend your entire invoice on the spot and want to negotiate the price, you know, off the hip with your built-in discount because I'm a black man with a small business with a young black staff, and you feel like you don't have to show me that type of respect. No, nothing, Jon Snow. Let me tell you about being a boss, right? I have a staff. I have people. We have insurance. And most importantly, we are proud. We have pride. And English is my first language. Don't say, good morning, Dave, how you doing? Damon, bro, what's up? I speak that language too, right? So, know nothing, Jon Snow is everything to me because I encounter it every day. Yeah. You have no idea what we have to endure as small business people in order to gain respect.
Yeah.
That should be there.
Yeah. It's, good point. The thing that stands out is, like, do you want somebody begrudgingly doing this work, right? Because if you don't work me down so low to where I'm not even making money on this job, I'm doing it with an attitude.
Yeah.
Do you want me handling your stuff or providing the service for you, like, begrudgingly? You know what I mean? Like, I want somebody that's paid well so that they're happy and whistling while they work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Thank you for sharing. Do you have an angry black woman, or I gotta fight every night just to prove my love?
I think I had. It was the last one was something that I learned, or what?
Yeah, you know nothing, Jon Snow.
I think I'm gonna do the angry.
Okay.
I think I'm angry.
You got to be careful with that. You know, you can't. A black woman get the scarlet letter A.
No.
You know, real easy. We know they love to throw that around.
Right. She got on Easter nails though, so she should be good.
Right.
She got on Easter nails.
We welcome you to rock it.
So
earn it. And
she
wear
can't
it
be
with
too
pride.
angry. You can't be too angry with Easter nails.
That's it.
That wasn't what I was angry about. So what I would say angry is just that I'm angry that. Now I don't know what other situations other people came from, but I'm angry that. How can I say? I'm angry that I didn't have these, and not angry, but angry that I didn't have these experiences. Everything that I've learned from Damon and from life this past 7 years. I'm angry that opportunity or that, how can I say, has been shown to us. Like I'll just say, like, I grew up with a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? 40 hours a week or whatever. I tried to go to school initially. And it just wasn't supported or pushed, and it just wasn't like go out there. Like I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to dance on Broadway, go to New York. I wanted to write a book. I have written a book, but all of that was, thank you. All of that was just, it was pipe dreams. You know what I'm saying? It was like, just go out there and do something for real. And I'm just angry that, not angry at like my parents or nothing like that, I'm just angry that a lot more black women, black men don't know that we can go out there and we can do this. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm angry about. I'm angry that it's like I want to help everybody and teach everybody and encourage everybody, but I can't. So I'm just angry that I'm angry about the fear, like, because that's a thing. That's a fear. Like
family culture is the most difficult culture to change. I can't tell you how many times I literally got popped in the back of my head. You think you so smart? I didn't speak out of turn. I didn't say anything disrespectful. I just suggested something else, right? Yeah. Oh, you think you so damn smart? Go sit over there.
And I never did that. Like that's what I kind of learned from Damon. Like, or just seeing. I never learned that. I just always kind of kept my mouth quiet. But just all the stuff that I knew I was, it's kind of like knowing him has made that like come out. Like, so I knew I could dance on Broadway, write a book, but it just was like, no, that's stupid. That's a pipe dream. Da 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 da. But I'm just angry that that's the energy. that's the, like, there's a fear, and don't you quit your job. Like the year that I met him, I was doing a lot of stuff. I was good. I was group exercise coordinator at the Y. I was a program director for this kids yoga program. I was reading cards. I was making a lot of money a month. But then something in me was like, it was just like I dreaded going those places, and I just took that to mean you need to stop. So all the money I was making, I was just down to my one. Oh, I forgot Wayne State. I teach at Wayne State, so I was down to that one thing. And I was like, how the heck I'm gonna pay my bills? I don't know what I'm gonna do right now. And it's scary, and that's what I would say to people too. It is scary. It is very scary. But if that's something that you believe in and you have faith in, God got your back. You know what I'm saying? And just believe, and just surround yourself with people who are going to encourage you, are going to try to help you. So that's what I would say. My angry is that I think we should be out there with that mindset that we can do anything.
Ambition can breed resentment, and we've all been there. You know what I mean? It can breed that type of resentment. Or a lot of people who are out there looking to launch their small business, and you need those circles, right? You need platforms like this. You need people like both of you gentlemen to be around and kind of, coach and walk you through it, because when you start to launch things, you become more ambitious, like Regina was talking about. That family, and a lot of times your circle will push back. I don't hear about that.
Crab in the bucket.
All day.
Pulling you back in the bucket.
All day.
Like,
And
you're down here with me. You're down here with me.
And
right?
that'll make you not
And
be
they wanna hear it.
motivated.
I think the tricky part is when it's coming from a good place.
Yeah.
Right? It's like not so much like, hey, you ain't gonna be able to do that. It's hey, this is a safe route, right? This is a safe route. We've seen this route work. Just go this route. This route is an option for you. You know what I mean? As opposed to like encouraging to push the envelope.
Risk,
I thought one of the common catchphrases that I think we hear used now is like that speaking truth to power.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing to me is when we hear that term used, the implicit bias training that we all have received, or messaging that we've all received, programs us to see a white man on the other side as the person we're speaking truth to, right? And I think that for me, I'm constantly trying to remind us that my speaking truth to power is when I'm looking in the face of other black people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or in the mirror, and reminding us of how powerful we are,
Yes.
right? And encouraging us to push the envelope, right? Like, take something and bust the glass ceiling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And see what's on the other side of that. So thank y'all so much for coming and sharing yourselves with our viewers and on this platform.
Thank you so much for having us.
Great. It's been awesome.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You want to have a push-up competition right now?
Listen, I don't.
What you want to do? What you want to do, Damon?
Listen. I don't want to embarrass you out here. You know what I'm saying? If your girl watching, if your family, I don't want to do that.
These kids gonna be watching.
I don't even
Kids gonna be
Daddy, you
uploaded.
stopped at 22.
I'm not even the one to be showing up.
Look,
wait, I was just. I was just getting my phone.
sorry, y'all.
I was just getting my phone.
That's Ken and Damon. Oh Lord, we gotta be over here with people that don't have it. It's all right. It's all right. Well, if they do have a push-up contest, we'll make sure we capture it, and that'll be in the extra footage. But thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Speak for Yourself. Please subscribe, like, share. We out.
Peace.